Max, nice speaking to you again. When your reappointment was confirmed about a month or two ago, you said that you would be going away for a few days to work out on your strategy and your vision for the future of Rain Konyeni. Give us some details on that.
Johan, firstly, yes, I gave that commitment. I've already documented my pillars for the next term. It has got 8 pillars, but firstly, we are saying we are going to build on the foundation that we built during the first term. You remember my first term had 5 pillars, which was maximum discipline, maximize productivity, speeding up service delivery, creating centers of excellence, and getting clean audit. So having assessed what was done, we achieved more than 95% of what was set for the last term. Now, we are saying we are not going to throw away those 5 pillars, but instead, they will become a strong foundation for this term that we have started in September 2017 until 2022. Now, pillars for the next term. Firstly, we have said we want to finalize Vision 2036 plan. This council went out for strategic planning session last year, November. We agreed as to what we wanted to see 20 years to come, Vision 2036. Now, my responsibility now is to make sure that we do have a plan that will implement that Vision 2036. That's the first pillar that we want to focus on, that we want to finalize. Secondly, we wanted to have, the second pillar is aggressive revenue enhancement. As you know, the finance of any organization is the heartbeat of the success of any organization. So we're going to identify new revenue streams. We're going to maximize on collection, so that we make sure that we implement our projects, because you can have a plan, you can have your capital projects, but if you do not have money, you cannot implement. Hence, we are saying aggressive revenue enhancement will be one of our pillars that we'll focus on. Thirdly, we are going to make sure that we amend our supply chain management policy to make sure that those who were historically marginalized communities, they do participate in our spend as the municipality. We are going to make sure that in terms of our policy, there will be targeted procurement, they will be set aside. In some instances, we are going to advertise a tender and say this tender is focused for young people, or this one for women, this one for people living with disability, or for any tender that will have more money. Like, for example, we are going to advertise a security tender, which will cost us more than 30 million over a period of 3 years. So, obviously, we are saying the bidder who will become successful must then subcontract a minimum of 30% of that tender to military veterans. That is what we are going to do, so that those people who were historically marginalized, they do participate in the spend of the municipality. Fourthly, we are saying the fourth pillar, want to develop electricity infrastructure master plan for this municipality. We wanted to assess where we are in terms of electricity. Currently, we distribute electricity in Port Shepstone and surrounding. We wanted to assess our capacity. What is it that we need to do if we want to take over from Eskom in terms of the electricity supply? We are working with a DPSA in terms of that plan. Johan, the mistake that we don't want to do, we don't want to take over electricity supply in the entire municipality and we fail. We want to make sure that we plan. For now, we want to have a clear plan as to what capacity will be needed by this municipality if we want to take over electricity. So that is the plan. Before the end of the term, we will have that plan. It will be presented. It will guide us as to what is it that we need to do. The fifth pillar, Johan, want to build an office precinct. We wanted to centralize all administration for this municipality. We are going to find someone who would want to invest. We wanted to build a multi-story offices here where we are, council chamber. We wanted to link a council chamber with corporate services offices, so that everyone, all office-based employees of this municipality are found in one place. It will save time on the road. It will save money in terms of S&T, people running to meetings. Will be efficient and effective because everyone, executive and administration, office-based, will be found in one place. So that is our vision moving forward. That pillar will maximize productivity, because if I want to have a meeting with management, I will just call everyone in one room and they will be found here. So that is one pillar as well. But in terms of the document, it is well packaged. The sixth pillar, Johan, we wanted to identify prime land, pieces of land, vacant land for this municipality. We wanted to package that land, working with the DPSA for catalytic projects. We wanted to package and service land. We will then go out and say to potential investors, come and invest in our land. By so doing, we will then increase economic growth in our municipality. We will increase revenue in terms of rate base. So that is the sixth pillar that we have. The seventh one, Johan was saying as well, we want to build roads infrastructure master plan. We want then to have a plan to say, in this municipality, how many kilometers of roads do we have? How many kilometers of gravel? How many kilometers of tar road? How many kilometers of tar road that has lived its period where we need to rehabilitate, so that we can package well as to what is it that we need to do to make sure that our road infrastructure does support economic growth in our municipality. Because in 5 years' time, we wanted to make sure that we put tar in areas where they have never seen tar. We wanted to turn our gravel roads into tar roads. That is our plan. Part of it, we want to focus on pedestrian bridges as well. We want to make sure that we build pedestrian bridges to increase mobility, so that during rainy days, people will be in a position to go wherever they would want to go. Motor vehicle bridges will be built as well. Because we believe if you have good road infrastructure, you are going to attract investment in your municipality. So that is where we are. The last one will be parking solutions in Potchefstroom CBD. You know, people can't park in Potchefstroom. So it will be divided into two. Firstly, we want to advertise for a company which will manage our parking system in Potchefstroom. As a long term, we wanted to build a parking block in the King Parking. We want to get an investor who will come build a parking block, a multi-story parking block in the King Parking. Then they will make their money through payments that will be done by motorists. You know, in Potchefstroom, as we speak, we have Department of Education offices, we have Justice Park, we have this new library. Surely, the parking space that we have in Potchefstroom is not sufficient. So we need then to alleviate the problem of parking in Potchefstroom. By so doing, it would be easy for people to come to Potchefstroom and find parking space. So those are the 8 pillars that I'm going to focus on in my next 5 years. in this second term, I will focus on these 8 pillars. Surely these 8 pillars will be part of this Vision 2036 plan, so that because I cannot work alone, I'm part of the collective. So that is where we are.
But I can imagine people who have just listened to you now. They say, fine, Max, we like what you've said, but why think of bridges and all these new developments when we still have potholes that have to be filled? Okay,
roads infrastructure master plan will address the issue of potholes in this way. We are going to assess the status of roads infrastructure in our municipality. So roads that will need to be rehabilitated will be identified in the process. As you know as well, in the interim, as this municipality, we allocate a budget every year for potholes repairs. Yes, I agree. Potholes are a bit of a challenge. It's not easy to conquer, because you repair a pothole today, 3 months down the line, you have that pothole again, because the surface of the road, some of the roads have lived their time. That is the problem. The problem is not about the potholes. The problem is about the road infrastructure that can no longer contain the amount of traffic that we have in our municipality. That is why we're saying we want to have a master plan, want to have a solution that will solve all these problems. But I must say to the committee, I don't want to lie to say we are going to do it tomorrow. This is a mounting task, but our commitment is to say, firstly, we must understand the extent of the problem, and we come up with a program. Surely, as we speak now, there are service providers, there are internal teams on the ground fixing potholes, but we have not yet won. I cannot declare that we are potholes free in our municipality, but we do our level best to make sure that we kill potholes that we have in our municipality.
Another phrase that would have scared ratepayers was the, how did you put it, increased income or increased revenue.
Okay.
Now, I mean, surely, where does that revenue come from? It can only come from the ratepayer.
No. We're not saying we are going to increase rates. We are saying we are going to have aggressive revenue enhancement, meaning we are going to find additional revenue streams as the municipality. We are going to have catalytic projects. People will come and invest in our municipality so that we increase our rate base. That is what we are saying. We are saying we want to make sure that we collect revenue as much as possible. We identify new revenue streams so that we then increase our pace. So ratepayers should not be scared of aggressive revenue enhancement. But surely those who do not pay their rates will be encouraged as well to pay.
Okay, Max, just to end off, something different. Is there anything positive? Well, I presume there is something positive to read in your association and R&M association now with the Margate Business Association. You know, that cooperation and working together to fix problems.
Yes, we are delighted with Market Ratepayers Association. As we speak, a plan has been concluded to fix Market Beach Promenade, that walkway. Plans have been concluded. We are finalizing minor issues. Before December, we shall have repaired what has to be repaired in Market. And with this Ratepayers Association, I think we will go far in terms of fixing Market together, because local government is everyone's business. So I like their attitude, because their attitude is to say, together with the municipality, let us identify what are the challenges on the ground. Together with the municipality, what might be the possible solution. So I like their attitude. We will hold hands with them. Surely we will win.
Mike, thank you very much. We could go on and on, but we don't have time. Thanks very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Johan.